Hello. I am not I don't want to claim being a combat veteran. I don't want to stale valor. I love those guys. They mean the world to me. And with that said, I went through, just a bit over a year's service. I had a couple of issues come out, such as bipolar disorder. And through treatment before, my discharge, they hid this information and led to me believing I was normal. For 2 years, I fought this, and it led to me having a psychotic break. You know, I got three separate felony charges. I was facing 2 years in upstate because of it. All of it took that to get the VA to listen to me. The reason think this is important to know is because we are not alone at all. The system is designed to fight against you. This is not a conspiracy. This is how it is. I'm not saying to be depressed. I am a prime example of justice. It does exist for everyone out there that really deserves it. I've met a veteran while I was in jail, and for 20 years, his claim has been denied. He has lost all hope. I did everything in my power to just inspire him again. Like he hasn't talked to a lawyer in over a decade. Uh, he is what I could have become. He is what I would have if they didn't listen to me still. Like, it is a terrible cycle, and it's just you can win. You can win. It is. I wouldn't even I'm not, I haven't gone through the worst things other veterans have gone through, of course, but it's just if your medical malpractice is such a big thing with these cases, doctors don't follow through with certain guidelines like telling a patient a diagnosis. I've never heard of it. It still shocks me to this day. I don't. It's not like I want to feel victimized. It scares me. This could have happened to other veterans. Those who good. Uh, that's terrible. That's a quickly progressive. I can't believe. I. I what can we do about it? I want to. I don't like it. I hate that they get away with it. And It's just no one. I feel like no one's taken it too far yet to make them feel the consequences. That might be it. Whoever's in charge hasn't felt it, and I don't know. I I don't want to. I trust. I get you. I just this is crazy. I don't get it. It's we're the minority too, and they spend so much money on ludicrous things, and they on us. They crap on us. It's just infuriating. It really is. It's all these wonderful men and women lied to, stolen from. It's and they care about funding debt. Are you? What the? Hmm. And I mean, I know one corpsman that refused vaccination too. They got sepped. I know that. That was it's crazy. Yeah, correct. It. The, oh my god. I just. I don't know why that completely left my mind that they did that to us. It's just. Yeah. I I completely understand. I mean, oh no, Navy. So yes, I love Air Force though. They're great people, great runners. Seriously, what's they got crazy cardio, like baseball players. So with the why I joined the military in the first place, there are multiple reasons for this. Broken family. I wanted to quit substance abuse. I wanted to get myself in order. I wanted to set myself straight. I thought I made enough mistakes back then. Now that I look about it, I didn't make enough. So I came in. I loved boot camp. I loved it so much because I wasn't a shitbag. I I did my due. I didn't do more than I should, and I had amazing RDCs. They taught me how to use my mind. They were father figures to me. Um, After that, I went to core school. Did that. It was a little hard, but I loved it still. Like there were so many sailors there, thousands. It's just a level of connection I've never felt before. It felt almost like a religion. Whenever colors flew, it was always everyone just stopped immediately. Like it was people obeyed it. It was patriotic there. And It was just leadership was kind. The people got away with some weird stuff, but nothing, you know, that is morally, opposite of what it should be. From what I saw, whatever. That's a tangent. Then I got C school to opto, and I just there, you know, my mental stuff happened. Try the Nexus event. What I can explain is that okay, you can not believe me if you want. There's no recorded evidence of me doing it because they don't have cameras on cliff sides. I drove to a cliff completely unaware. I have no memory of driving there at all, nor thinking of wanting to do. I came to on top of that fucking cliff, and I just started panicking, and I went to my clinic. I wanted to go and tell them straight what happened. I don't know what's going on with me. Can you help me, please? I don't know what's going on. I'm pretty sure I almost tried to kill myself, and they took me in. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. They 5150 me, and I was thrown in to their mental ward. So I was locked in there. I had no chance to call anyone. I couldn't, say bye to my girlfriend, my mother, nothing. No, not even my attorney. They took everything away from me, threw me in there, and this was at like 7 p.m. at night. I just went in one of the rooms with the guy. He was cool. And got in the gown, whatever. Whatever. It was like some weird brown one. And then woke up in the morning. The food there is worse than jail, believe it or not. It's I don't even want to go there. We had I received zero treatment in there. Zero. No, not even a consolation. Like not even a placebo pill. Like I don't even know how they came to the conclusion a diagnosis was made on me. There was no hint of it. They they said I was fine. They just let me go. No discharge notes, no nothing. They gave me right back to my superior, took me back to my command. That's it. That was it. It's just I was betrayed. I was lied to. I would not do that to the person I hate the most in my life. That I can't comprehend it. Well, how would they react if I did that to them? The hypocrisy shows. All I'm gonna say, mm-mm, I'm not mad though. I'm over it. I mean, I got most of my justice already, but I proved it. Like I proved it. I didn't even have to go there to prove it. That's how obvious they made it. And now I just got to deal with the CFR law for the 12-month deadline. It's whatever. I'm just grateful to God. He listened to me. He really, everyone's prayers reached me into him. It's everyone deserves to be heard. That's all I could never stop. Never stop. It will work. It will. I never gave up. Well, yeah, I'm not, it's a lie. It's a lie. I did, but then I didn't. Like I wanted to, but then, yeah, then I just kept going. Like I just, Yep. Literally. Yep. See, I'm sorry to cut you off. Just in the jail, the doctor there, she was the first one to ever listen to me, and she had zero background for me. The second she heard I had generations of bipolar in my family, and she just connected the symptoms like, there were stars in the sky. And it just blows my mind how simple it really could have been, you know? It's just, just mm. Alright. Well, what I can okay, what I can define it as my psychotic episodes is a defense mechanism. That is what it is. I am in fight or flight mode, pure adrenaline. There's no conscious thought going on in my head. I don't think of consequence. I'm literally doing everything in my power to escape from whatever it is that caused the attack. And it will not stop until it is over. I I I wish I could tell you I knew what it was, but I've heard the words before. I don't. I mm, yeah. Mm. Rage baiting and crap. Yes. Yeah. Right. Hmm. It's just a distraction. Can I? I need. Does the VA offer that? Does the VA is like a procedure the VA offers, or? Okay. Interesting. Huh. That's really cool. All right. Mm, yeah. Running from it. Absolutely. No other choice. Yes. Um, if you want an actual station, I would say is Yorktown. The other two are training commands, so I choose to not call them such. Those are just for training. Yorktown is well, at least while I was in Yorktown, I don't know if the status of its operations changed. It's mainly a weapons holding post. Like they hold, weapons underground there, etc. They maintain them, and then there's the other side where they have, a lot of Marines. They have like a three-part rotation for, I believe it's Cuba or some other station they have out there. They train the rest of the time. They have these big military crates they open with all the weights in them. It's badass. God. Oh, I love the people there. There was a chief warrant officer there before. CSG chief warrant officer. That was I don't think I've ever heard of that before. Um there okay, yes and no. Yes and no. It's a I call it a tri-service base. You know what I mean? They have army, they got they got everyone there, literally everyone. And so as I was training there for optician, it's just the leadership that handled me during my mental crisis, I would say wasn't favorable, but I can't blame them. They're overworked too. They're great men that have children to feed, and they probably have bosses that ride their ass too. I can see it in their eyes. They're not the ones that made these decisions. They are enforced to. It's the people in the medical facility I disagree with. The only thing I can say about leadership is I don't know. They could probably do a briefing on mental health crises because they, but I can't complain about them at all. They treated me like a human still, I really can't. I hold no hard feelings. I'm just grateful. I really need to count my blessings. Like I'm super lucky to be here right now. I'm not in jail. Or prison. If I didn't try hard enough, I would have been there still. It's just yeah. Um yeah, I mean, I have always seen like in all commands I were in, they all enforce the rules. The only time I didn't see them enforced was with steroids. That specifically, there's this one guy. He was barely 18. They are letting this dude do copious amounts of steroids. This dude is killing himself, and he then had a roid rage attack after that and beat his chick in front of like 1,000 other sailors. They this is stuff I don't agree with. Like first off, it ruined his career, his mental health, his body, and he gave a woman trauma for probably a extended period of time. This caused a loss of resources. He got disability for this somehow. Uh, like, yeah, it's exactly. It's an absolute abuse. Apparently, in the Navy, apparently, yes, they permit it. They let him go. Yep. Oh, he still got sepped, but it was on his own terms, basically. Yep. I, I, dude, I, yeah, I wish I could tell you why this happened, but I don't. The only suspicious thing I saw was lieutenants were coddling his ass. I don't know why. I'm sorry for my language. They probably. That's one thing. He had a really weird name too. I don't want to say it. I'm not gonna. break that shit. My bad for language again. Oh, I'll stop. Just I just know karma. Yeah, I hear you, dog. Like legit though, like this stuff happens, and uh, you know, yeah, agenda. Hmm. Oh god, that. What? Oh my god, that's extremely sexist. Th- how are people blind to hypocrisy and they just it's just I I I can't wait to be in power. I'll tell you that. Mm-mm. Hmm. Fulfill it. I I have firsthand seen it. I have. It's oh, I wish I could define it, but some people prefer it. They prefer living that way. It makes them accept life the way it is. Yeah, yeah. Just hold on to your values and principles and never be influenced to be lesser. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, yeah. It's been 2 years, a bit over. Uh, oh, It yes, I put in a claim. Well, here's how it worked. How I did it. So I have musculoskeletal issues and mental health issues. I do have PTSD, but it's not service connected. That's childhood trauma. I do have PTSD symptoms, military related, but I choose to not service connect them because I'm proud of them. Those keep me alive. What I have for mental health that is service connected is what they define it as is adjustment disorder with depressed mood and anxiety chronic. Secondary to well, what is secondary to that is cannabis abuse disorder. So what I know. So what it truly is bipolar manic. I know. It's manic depressive bipolar type 1. What I have is a genetically inherited disorder that puts that it literally throws away logic. I I I thank God I've never been violent yet during these episodes. I don't know what I can do. I've been reckless. I've driven 170 miles per hour plus with a person in the passenger seat. My transmission was smoking. I didn't stop. It could have exploded in flames. I didn't care. That is the level of logic that doesn't exist due to bipolar. And it's I I fear it. I fear that side of me. And CBUC? Do you mean like a VA clinic or a different one? Yes, I'm yeah, sorry. I'm fully in treatment. I have anger management, which is called biofeedback, and I have one-on-one psych, and I also have a psychotropic provider. So he, talks to me every month about my meds, how they're doing. So they do. I do have quite a bit of care now. I'm going to start getting exams done on my knees because apparently I have torn ligaments or something in the patellar area. So I can't even work out with my legs anymore. That pissed me off. I have scoliosis. They found I had scoliosis 2 years ago. They didn't tell me. I have a fractured vertebrae in my upper area of my neck. I don't even know. And it takes over 2 months just to get it started on examining it. Like, whatever, man. Fuck. All right. So trust me, I'm on that ASAP. I've never heard of it. I don't know why they haven't told me about it yet. You were the first one. So thank you for that. That actually sounds like, and that sounds amazing. Like, oh, I think so. You all good?
Oh, there's no way.
What up?
Okay. All right. I okay. Okay. Can you guys hear me now? I'm sorry. I can't believe. Well, that's a complete waste of what? Um how long have we been streaming for now? Almost an hour because my audio wasn't on.
Well,
Your
shit
yours
happens.
yours yours was. Yours was.
I mean, that's something.
So, yeah, it is. And now I am completely unprepared today. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Thanks for joining, guys. I'm super sorry for the I'm getting all kinds of stuff mixed up today. But today, yes, guys, we're talking about PTSD. Um, I have Jay here, who is a veteran friend of mine. He is he's already told his story. I'm sure you guys have already heard it. Um, but hang on real quick for me. I have to go get my PC charger. I'll be right back. Turn on my virtual camera real quick. Oh no. Okay. Let me just boom. Okay. All right, we are back. Sorry guys for the mix up. Okay. I'm so sorry for the mix up, guys. Everything that I have talked about right before I fixed my microphone is completely a wash. So I am super sorry, guys, for that. Um, what I to kind of sum up everything that we've talked about. Um, why is it not automatically focusing? I don't know why it's not. Oh boy. Well, this is oh boy, I've never had a stream go this bad before. I
You're, do-
it was bound to
you're
happen.
handling it pretty well. You're doing good. Don't
It
really.
was bound to happen at some point. All right,
Hmm.
um, so for you guys who don't know, there is a an injection called the stellate ganglion block injection. And what it does is it stunts your body's fight, flight, or freeze response. So, if you don't know what that is, I would highly suggest you guys look into it because
Quick question.
yeah, what's up?
Is it a reversible procedure if it negatively affects you?
It's a temporary procedure.
Oh, okay.
So it's just
Oh,
like it's just like getting a flu shot,
understood. Okay,
right?
thank you.
So it eventually wears off, so you'll have to get another one, right?
Yeah,
Should
it's
that
like a
be what
steroid
you
almost.
right?
Okay.
Okay, can we clear that up? Okay, all right, there we go. Okay, so um, okay, so yeah. Anyways, now that we have everything situated and I am losing my mind naturally. I have a new setup. So this is actually the first time I'm streaming off of the new setup. So you know, I don't have my desktop set up just yet, but so I'm kind of going off of my laptop here. That's why the quality of the video isn't exactly that great. Anyways, so you've been out for a couple of years now, right?
Yes.
And um, you were pursuing that those claims for a couple
Ye-
of years, and you just got validated for your claims.
yes. I took me 2 years. Took two different CMP opinions because the first CMP examiner, no one, that one I still haven't pinpointed yet. He disregarded the diagnosis that was formulated in 2023. Why? That is unknown. The only thing I can come up with is I came in not claiming it, nor did I apply for it. It just,
Right.
it's all obvious stuff. It, they did everything in their power to say no to me. I know that even the VSOs, like I've only had one office actually give me solid advice where they said, they would fight this, they wouldn't fight that during my HR. Like
Yep.
every single other one was scared to talk about money. I don't know why. It's so weird.
You have to be very careful with whichever VSOs you go to because a lot of them are terrible. They're
Mm.
absolutely terrible. Now there are some that are good. There are some that are good. Unfortunately, it's not enough of them.
Yeah. They are angels. Like there's this one next to me. They will do a full consult for you same day on the phone. Like, and then the office closer to me, you have to wait a whole month and you can only do it in person. And they
The
get more funding. What is going on?
the VSO that I went to see for my PTSD claim. This is exactly why every claim I filed myself, I've always got validated for. But
Mm-hmm,
this
mm-hmm.
claim I went for PTSD, I got denied, and well, I mean, it should have been a dead giveaway. When I was seeking this guy for help, and well, he hardly ever answered the phone. Would always take almost an entire day to answer or to call me back, or even the next day to call me back. So, um, I after that, I just got so tired of dealing of dealing with the situation. I just decided to start filing things myself, and
I mean,
I actually talk about
I,
this. You go ahead.
I don't, I really do understand that. It's disrespect. It's it's the fact they won't even want to hear your words. It is disrespectful at its core. I understand why it's a level of anger that cannot be formulated.
And
I've never felt it before.
he worked on a college campus, so it's not like he was around veterans 24/7.
But he has the position. He should know better.
Yeah, I know.
You,
I mean, what I should say is that he was on a college campus, but it's not like he was, running super high traffic every single day. So,
mm,
but um, yeah, so you have to be careful with whichever VSOs you go and see. And if you happen to want to file a claim, it's better to just do it yourself. Obviously, if you
agreed.
have questions, right, consult a very knowledgeable VSO or a lawyer or maybe a medical professional, something like that. But anytime you're putting in a claim, make sure you have everything underneath the sun. The more you have, the better. Okay. Because
Yes.
I'll tell you, when I was filing for, and I did a video on this too. When I was filing for total disability, individual unemployability, which is TDIU, then I had a plethora of evidence, a mountain of evidence. I had doctor's notes. I had um, MRIs, X-rays, CMP exams done. I had uh, my very detailed analysis of what's going on from my current doctor, right? So I had a number of things that uh, that I had put in with the claim, and it's always better to do that. Always, always. The more you have, the better it's going to be. So, but that's just for you guys, and just some personal experience. It's better to just figure it out yourself. Don't leave it to someone else to do things for you.
That's perfect advice. It really is, because they don't tell you everything. If you're gonna put all of your faith into them, you will not get the outcome you want. I almost always,
Right.
from my own personal accounts. Yes.
Exactly. Um, but just so that I reiterate what we were saying before I was able to get my mic fixed. Um, don't lean on external things such as the stellate ganglion block injection to heal from whatever mental health crisis or whatever mental health problems that you're going through. Okay, always figure out what's going on wrong within you, heal that trauma, and then right go forward.
Mm.
Um, but alcohol, drugs, especially drugs. Say no to drugs, kids. Um, drugs, you know, smoking, vaping, anything like that. No, absolutely not. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not going to help you. The thing is that you're rewiring your body to become addicted to and reliant. Well, I mean, I would say reliant. But that's what addiction is. To become reliant on that dopamine hit, right? That stress reliever, and your body's just going to look for more and more and more and more and more and more, and more, and in stronger doses, and that can lead you down to a very dark path. So don't do that. Um, what I always say is that if you want to truly progress, if you want to truly work on things, get into things that you have a drive, a passion for, something that's going to give you pride in yourself over relief of stress from a situation, right? Because that is going to give you so much more peace, and that's what is what all of us are trying to find at the end of the day. For those of us who struggle with PTSD, is we're trying to find peace, right? And it's exactly why I do all the things that I do on the channel, right? Because knowing that I can help you guys, knowing that I can create such amazing works of art like I was showing you earlier, that brings me such pride in myself, such peace. And especially when you're sitting down and you're focusing on something, knowing that you're improving somewhere, somehow, and that is leading to something that you can share with others, that is incredible. That is way, way more of anything a dopamine hit could even do.
Yes,
You know?
110%.
Hmm.
See, I never feel better until like I feel the best I ever have when I work on my car. I know that because it's just me, myself, and I just thinking the whole time, getting dirty away from everyone else. No, there's nothing bothering me or angering me. There's no triggers out. There's no nothing. I'm just there
Yeah.
under my car at peace, like you said. It really is a peace. It's a time to forget everything. It's wonderful. I hear you.
Yeah. It's a it's a recharge. That's the way I look at it. It's a recharge. You know,
I see you. Yeah.
because
No.
I do a lot of political stuff on the channel, and the way that I recharge is, by my other content. Working on those dioramas, working on music, working on gaming, gaming content. That's my recharge. You know, take a break from the world, right? And then share something with people that you love to do. You know,
Yes. It really is. That is part of life. That is what life should be, you know.
yeah, yeah.
I, I'm glad I can now, move on and really explore that again. You know what I mean?
Environment and situation really matters a lot. I can't tell you. I've been literally growing gray hair because of how stressed I've been the past few years, right?
Yes.
Because
That's.
I was pretty close to losing my home. You know, I was really close. Uh,
I'm sorry, man.
Matter of fact, most of the back pay that I got from the VA all went to bills. Like over $3,000 went to bills. Yeah, yeah, and that's barely half of how far I got behind. Because I became too too disabled to work.
Yeah.
You
What?
know, so
Fuck.
um, but I what always helped me was doing this. Talking with you guys here on YouTube,
Absolutely.
working
Yeah.
on my dioramas. That's what kept me sane. You know, if I
Well,
didn't
I'm
have
glad.
this, I would have lost it a long time ago. But you know, we're
Well,
working on your
I'm.
car, bro. That's amazing.
Yes. If I wasn't able to get out of the impound lot, I would have probably had another break. I'm gonna be honest. Um, I'm grateful to God every single day He has kept me afloat.
Hmm.
I'm able to still make my mother happy.
That's good, man.
Yes,
That's good, man.
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Like I'm
I'm
gonna
glad
go
that
home.
you
I'm
got.
gonna go home. Wait, sorry.
I'm glad that you got your mom in your corner. It's
So
awesome.
do I, man. She's the only one I got really.
Yeah.
You know, I lost my grandma
Mm.
way early into alcohol. My father's a convict that he's also a diddler, so he's gone. I'm
Oh.
a yeah.
Yeah, I've run across them.
Yeah, they don't change. I promise you though, they don't.
I'm sure they don't.
I tried to give him a shot, man. I after he got out of prison 15 years later, I
Hmm.
literally went to his residence to try and give him a chance. I wanted to see if he wanted to be my father again.
Hmm.
He didn't. He,
Mm,
he didn't, he left it, he stuck to his ways. Even when he's sober, it blows my mind.
I hate
You
that
know,
for you, man. I really do.
it is what it is. All I can do now is be a better father than him when I have my children. That's
Exactly.
all I can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
That's a great way to look at it. It really is.
He taught
Be
me what not to be. I am grateful for that.
Here's the thing though. You now have to learn how to be, right? I say that because I
Mm.
was taught that exact same thing. I was taught how not to be instead of how to be, right?
Mm.
And this goes
Yeah.
not just as fathers, but as men, right? I didn't have a strong father to tell me or to teach me how to be a man.
Yep. How
And
to have a
so
voice.
exactly. And so I had to figure it out myself, right? And it wasn't until
Mm.
after my marriage fell apart that I even began to really understand, you know, how to be a man myself. And that journey is still continuing, mind you. I'm still learning every single day what being a man is, right? Just as
Uh,
just as any other man is, you know. You're gonna learn
mhm.
about yourself the more that you the longer that you live on, the more phases you you grow out of and grow into, right? The more, I should say, chapters you turn in your life. There's always something to learn, always something else to figure out as a man, right? But that is what we have to figure out. That's what is missing in so many, not just men, but people, right? But especially men,
Mhm.
we're taught, oh, be this, be that, be this, be that, right? But
Right.
when it actually comes down to things, no one actually really knows, what's going on. No one actually really knows what to do, right? And so,
Right.
I just never had. Of course, I always had this, right and wrong, you know, morality, uh, teaching, but I never had this. This is what a man is supposed to be, right? This is what
Correct.
you are. You are the head of household. Everything, everything is your responsibility. You take the brunt of everything, and that's why everyone respects you. You know, you make the decisions, you point a direction, everyone walks. You know, I wasn't
Mm.
taught. I wasn't taught that, right? And
Straight up.
so that's why um, my marriage was one of the hardest uh hits in my life because I was expecting things to be one way, and you know everything, that entire facade came crumbling down when reality slapped me in the fucking face. You know,
Yes.
so um, it's good to know not what to be, but it's even worse to not know what to be, right?
Right.
So we gotta move through life and just figure it out. Okay, so
Mm.
how are you? Can you give us any examples of what you've been dealing with these past few years since you've been out? Something that
Okay.
either relates from childhood or from the military that you really struggle with.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. We'll say on how was my daily life affected by it.
Yeah.
So, number one, whenever I go outside, I will be walking, or I'll be driving. Yes, they let me drive again. I know. Or anything, just going outside in public in general. I will slowly develop this pressure in my head with hatred, fear, and anxiety. It comes from nowhere. It's like
Hmm.
I'm somewhere I shouldn't be. Like every time I feel someone looking at me, it feels like they're piercing through me. I don't know. It's like some constant paranoia that gnaws at me. I'm able to control it more now
Hmm.
to the point where I don't physically show any signs, but it's still in my head. The only difference is now I have it under control.
Right.
And there's also the medications. If I miss any single med, I will immediately turn over back into the old self. And especially with my antipsychotics, because I have, like I said, anger issues, I'll become super irritable. I'll I'll be asleep and doesn't matter who tries to wake me up. Could be a cop, could be a judge, could be my mother, and I will literally brush them off. I won't even remember. It's like I'm narcoleptic when I wake up. It's or I don't know what else to call it. It's like I'm back in that old self again, you know.
I remember one of my
And
friends telling me how he was going through a operation. He woke up in the middle of the operation he was already under. He doesn't remember this, but what happened was he put one of the nurses in a headlock, and
what the
he had got um, one of the operating knives, and had kind of just perched up on one of the other tables in the corner, trying to call someone. And they finally convinced him to put down everything, and he did. He put it down. He got back on the table, and he went to sleep.
what the yeah, that is insane reflex.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you just have that response, and it's when the
Understandable.
body it's survival, right? We're animals,
Yeah, yeah.
and
It
however we
literally.
can survive, our body will because our minds are just computers, right?
Mm,
When we get
yes.
sick, our brain writes a script, a program, right, through our immune system to fight off that virus, that infection, right? So,
Mm,
anytime a trauma happens, our body naturally builds up a code, writes a script to combat that for survival, right? And it doesn't matter if we're asleep or if we're awake. For quite a few of us, sometimes we don't even really sleep. We don't even get that REM sleep. We just get, very light sleep, and that's why we're always tired. But it's our body's way of trying everything that it can to survive.
yeah. I I need to bring that up with my doctor, I think, honestly.
Yeah,
Because I do periodically wake up with no energy. And it's usually when I have like night terrors through my prazosin, which is uncommon, but it happens.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
That's a good thought. Okay. Thank you for that.
I stopped taking because I used to take medication for my PTSD,
Mm.
and I remember the first time I took the medication, I was wired through the roof. I mean, I remember when I went to go pick up my ex girlfriend at the time, coming back to the house because she usually spent the weekends at my house. Um, when when we were coming back, there was a douchebag that had cut us off. And dude, I'm telling you, I was screaming at the top of my lungs in the truck. I was driving right on this dude's ass. Right, I could have caused an accident. Right.
You were this blind rage.
Yeah. Yeah. I had no idea what that medicine was really gonna do to me. Um, because it was the daily medication. It wasn't supposed to make me drowsy or anything like that.
Yeah.
Um, and then the second time it did make me drowsy, and so I said, nope, no more, no more.
Yeah.
I stopped.
That's
I stopped all medication at that point. I said this either turns me into a zombie and I'm not going to be able to function, or two, it's going to wire me to the point to where I can't function anyways. So I'm not doing it. You know.
fine. That is
So
a predicament, sir.
yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, but uh, I don't lean, but again, that's also I view that as external, right? Medication is
Uh,
external. I don't really believe that medication actually really helps unless you have a chemical imbalance. Your body does not produce enough of a chemical that you do need, right? And that supplements can give you. That's completely fine. But
mm,
in my case, I've done a lot of work within myself to not rewrite how the symptoms come about, right? Because I still get freaked out at thunder. I still get freaked out, especially at fireworks. I still get freaked out about a bunch of different things, right?
mm,
And I still have my days where I'm absolutely irritated for no reason, you know. But
yes.
what has changed, is how I react to it, right? I still get the elevated heart rate. I still get the constant awareness,
Yeah.
but the excitement, and not joyful excitement, but alert excitement.
Like your
Anticip
body shape.
Yeah, yeah. Body's trembling. It's shaking. It's expecting
Yep.
something to happen. Right. That's the
Yeah.
excitement part. Your body. You're already going through a adrenaline surge. That's what it is. Right. And
Mm,
so that's what the shaking is your body ready to react. Um, or that's actually your nervous system, or a sympathetic nervous system going haywire. It's short circuiting essentially.
mm,
So what I've been able to do is quiet that down as much as possible, right? And to deal with things in a different manner. And I'll give you an example here. I'll give you two examples, and this is the difference between the two. So the first example was, I was in one of my neighbor's yard, and I was talking with them, and I told my dog Sky, I said, "Hey, stay in the yard." Okay. I let her out. I just wanted to go over and just check on the neighbor and see how they're doing. So I
yeah.
do. I go over there and talking with them. Sky, she's a very loving dog. She is. I love her to death. But there are times when she's an idiot. She's a dog, Um,
Yeah.
and well, she decided to disobey me, right? Because I was over in the other yard talking with people, and she had to come over and say hi, right? She absolutely had to come over and say hi, despite me telling her no. Anyways, she's over in the yard,
Hmm.
right? And I immediately get mad at her, and because I got mad at her, the neighbor's dog that was there, who has been attacked a couple of times before, right,
Mm,
understood that Sky was not wanted there, and so that dog reacted. And
interesting.
that dog was completely in the right, completely in the right, right. And
Yeah.
when the dog noticed that I was going after her, not Sky, but her, then she realized, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and back off now, because now I realize that what I did was not okay. And so, she eventually went off, but um, Sky got her butt tore up for
Yeah.
disobeying me. Um, but the way that I reacted, right, I immediately got angry with her, because that was my first reaction, right? The PTSD, right? And
Right.
so that was the first incident. Okay. Here's the second incident. This is after going through what's called EMDR, and I have no idea. I cannot remember what the acronym is. One of the best doctors that I've actually seen for mental health, Dr. Campbell. Um, Absolutely amazing doctor, was helping me through my PTSD, and what he was able to help me do was to redistribute or to redistribute how I can't even say that word, bro. To distribute. There we go. To distribute the tents, right? Because a lot of times when you're having a uh uh PTSD attack or anxiety attack, whatever, panic attack, there's always a knot somewhere. You always feel that knot somewhere, right? And what I was instructed to do was to treat it as like it was some kind of ball that could just disperse, right? Focus on something that you can move all of that stress and distribute it all the way across your body so that there isn't one pinpoint thing that is there, because the more you feel that knot there, the more anxious it makes you. And so what I would do is one thing that he actually had kind of really turned me on to was imagining as if it was a drop of water, a droplet of water. And so you would drop the water, and then that tension would just disperse throughout the entire body, and it would eventually fade, right? As ripples in water does, right?
Right.
And so through that visualization, I was actually able to stay calm, right? I was still shaking. I was still, you know, angry, right? And I still had the symptoms. I was still shaking and everything, but I was able to react in a different way because I forced my body to react differently. And this time I absolutely stayed calm, right? And I reassured, the other dog, because Sky was in the yard again when she wasn't supposed to be. And so I reassured the other dog that she was okay. I was very calm, very, very friendly body posture, right?
Mm.
And even though she, was telling Sky, "Don't come closer," she wasn't going after Sky, right? So that I was able to get Sky out of the yard and then across the street with a swift kick in the butt because
Yep.
she wasn't listening.
Hmm.
So, but she got out of the yard. Everything turned out fine. That was the difference between the two. Okay, so it helps visualization wise, right? But that's also part of the internal thing when it comes to PTSD, that you can combine that with external, like medication, right? Um, the unfortunate thing that I do see a lot of people do is they rely too much on medication, or and like I see all the
External
time.
factors.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And so at the end of the day, that's what you have to do, is you have to work on yourself. But um, so what job did you have while you were in? As
Foreman.
a Oh, foreman.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm trying to remember what a foreman is.
Mhm.
What's a foreman? I don't know the
Oh, okay.
Navy stuff.
Hospital. No, you're good. Don't worry. Hospital corpsman is the
Oh,
Navy's medical
oh,
enlisted rate.
corpsman. Okay, corpsman. I heard foreman. I was like, I have no
Oh, my
idea what
bad.
the hell a foreman is. I know what a foreman is. It's in construction. I had a foreman, but I don't.
Nice.
No, corpsman. Okay, yeah. So you were a medic.
All right.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Hmm.
I imagine that field was pretty interesting.
It's definitely oversaturated, but the the amount of people in it, there's so many good corpsmen out there. Like you'll meet a couple HM2 lifers, people who or E5 for over 15 years willingly, and they aren't pushed to make rank
There's
because of how oversaturated it is.
there's no higher tenure for that.
Once you hit E5 and core, as a corpsman, anyone that I've met that stayed, E5, they never get harassed. They never get threatened to, get booted out. Nothing like that. I've never heard of it. I know it's possible, but
Hmm.
you'll see gold bar E5s everywhere, and they're just chilling. They just don't want the extra responsibility. They prefer doing the grunt work, and I love them for that. You know,
Yeah.
they enjoy giving people smooth medical procedures,
Senior
stuff like
airmen,
that.
senior airmen or E4s, in my opinion, always have the respect. Always.
Mm.
Because they're always doing staff sergeant E5 kind of work. But they're still, you know, hanging out with airmen, A1Cs, on
That's what's
on
up.
on 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 their off day. They're always hanging out with the lower enlisted, on shift and everything like that. They understand that life, right? And
Yes.
it's kind of a but that's what the E4 that's what E4 is, regardless of branch. That's the transition rank from you know
Mhm.
lower enlisted to the middle enlisted.
Yeah, just get into your pants.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Pretty much, yeah. So, but um, I I never kissed ass. I never kissed ass when I
And I
was
thank
when I
you for
was
that. Thank you.
well, I do know the
Hey.
guys, the guy, the you can always tell who the guys are that sell out. You can always tell because
Mm-hmm.
those are the ones that get in the back office. Those are the ones who get a 5 on their APR, right?
Mm.
You can always tell. You can always tell. Blue Falcons.
Yep.
Blue Falcons, man. Blue Falcons.
Shit. God. People. I know what you mean. I do.
Mhm.
Insider shit too.
Oh yeah.
100%. But it's
So,
what it is. Just gotta
yeah,
find the right
it
command.
is.
That's how they all say.
Mhm.
Ugh.
It is what it is, man. It's not it's it anyways, yeah, so at the end of the day, um it's all politics. And because I wasn't willing to play politics, they really did not like me at all. At all.
But you stayed true to yourself.
Now, I was an absolute dirtbag. I'll admit that one. But then again, I was way burnt out too. That's why I was a dirtbag. I was an absolute shitbag, dude. Like I wouldn't shave. Um,
That's funny.
I hardly ever
Yeah.
shave, dude. And I hardly ever studied for my positions. Um, for work, and I was just burnt out, because the last year that I was in, dude, it was dark, man. It really was. Cause that story I told you about when I tried to start a men's group, and my my first shirt told me that I was sexist for doing that.
Uh,
Um, that was a part of my last year in,
that
and
that
then
that
yeah,
was just. I hate that. They just put you down
yeah, they
using
do.
hypocrisy as the logic. Fuck
Mm-hmm.
that guy.
Yeah. Um, and no one really fought for you. It happened a lot, but um, there was a part. There were so many things that contributed to my PTSD. Right.
Mm,
Of course, I have a bunch of childhood stuff too, right? But
mm,
before the military, I would always shut down. That was always my first reaction, was to shut down. And I would be too afraid of conflict. But after the military, it was nothing but conflict. I was
yep.
always very, very aggressive. Um, and I can still be very, very aggressive. That's actually changed through a lot of work that I've done within myself. But um, there are a lot of things. And I've talked about it quite a bit on the channel.
Mm,
But there was a point, and um, I don't really like to bring this up too often because it is kind of cringe. But there was a point in time where I honestly believed that I was getting into combat. When I was in Korea, we had base exercises, and I was in a career field. I was security forces, so I was in a career field where we were always arming up. We were always on the fence lines, right?
mm,
And we were the first people that people made contact with, right? And then we were the last people that people saw, when they left base. And so um, whenever whenever we did those exercises, um, we would always post out on the fence line, because that's where the op 4 would be, opposing force.
mm,
And so there was a point in time when we did one of the exercises on the fence line, and um, I remember just hearing over the net, someone saying, "Hey, there's a couple of Koreans on the outside, or outside the wire, on outside of the fence line," and we were like, "Oh, well, that's a little weird."
mhm.
Right?
That's fucking.
Right, because it was always easy to tell who the op 4 was going to be, because they always made themselves known super super easily, right?
Mm,
So this wasn't that, though, and that's why we got pretty scared at that point, because um, they'd also relayed that there was a couple of weapons that they had on them. And we're like, oh, this might go bad. So
yeah, that isn't. You don't see that every day. No, you do not.
no,
No,
no.
you do not.
So then the next thing I do here, right off to the DFP, the excuse me, the defensive fighting position, right off to the right of me, I just hear a bunch of gunfire going off. You know,
Oh, shit.
um, and uh, you know, it lasted for a couple of minutes, and then, well, actually, no, I don't even think it lasted a minute. I think it lasted for just about a minute or so, and then you just hear over the net that a couple of Koreans were running off. I guess they dropped their guns or whatnot. Turns out that they were South Korean hunters in the area, and they got spooked. And whenever we pointed our weapons at them, we didn't have live ammunition. We had what are called BFAs. They were blank adapters for our guns, and the fire scared them, and so they returned fire with everything that they had, and then I guess they dropped their guns and just ran off. Got scared. Which, I mean, you have a bolt action rifle, maybe a 30-30 at the most, but and then you're going up against a couple of guys with 240 Bravos and 249s. Of course, you're going to drop your fucking gun and run and book it whatever, book it to wherever the nearest bush is.
Yeah, it's like those guys were tripping. That's what they were doing.
I have
They
no
were.
idea why these guys were there. Um, in the middle of our exercise. I have no idea. It just doesn't make sense to me. And it wasn't. I mean, I don't know when South Korea has their hunting season, but it was really odd to me. It was really weird.
I'm just
But
surprised they're not educated about this stuff, like going on a base perimeter and like,
yeah.
or I'm not sure if you're digging exercise out in the outside or not, but
Hmm. Well,
ah,
so when we went out to do our perimeter checks and everything like that, we were always checking every single thing, right? Um, Checking the fence line, making sure there aren't any holes in there, making sure that the amount of uh, air, I guess, making sure the fence isn't too high off the ground. There we go. That's probably a better way to put it. Um, and you're doing all kinds of different things, man. Extreme attention to detail is when it comes to security forces,
uh,
and situational awareness. Um, Something that doesn't go away at all, especially after you get out. Because now you're on your own.
hmm
Before you were in a shack, a guard shack, with two or three other dudes, and you all wore the same uniform, so you knew who was who. But now it's not that way, and you have to constantly look over your shoulder, which is something that I'm always doing.
hmm
And that's an everyday thing. you know Part of what I
yes,
always do is every single time I go to bed, I make sure at least two or three different times that my doors are locked.
hmm
Sleep with a Glock by my head, um, and you know, um, I try to stay away from windows and stuff like that. I mean, it's more of the stuff that you learn while you're in never really goes away. It doesn't at all. I don't like open spaces. I hate open spaces.
yep,
Um, Stuff like that. I don't like my back to open spaces. I prefer my back to, the wall, all kinds of different stuff, Um, but
like yeah,
but you know, I don't really like to bring that story up a whole lot because there are some I know there are some boys that's actually been through combat. Now, I have seen war. I have seen a lot of the things that I wish I hadn't seen, to be honest with you. Um,
mm.
Especially when it comes to drone strikes, because when I was deployed, the pilots would often show us, their strikes, and
Oh my,
that's some gnarly stuff, man. That is some gnarly stuff. And so,
that yeah,
you see stuff like that, and but it's not anything near what my grandfather had saw back in Vietnam, because he was a combat engineer, and so he has a Purple Heart. He saw, and he did a lot, and so
Vietnam. Those guys. I mean, warfare was also different at the time, but
that's true.
nonetheless, they were extreme. I feel like Vietnam has some of the most patriotic citizens. I'm not trying to make them look good. It's just those guys are crazy. They're crazy.
I would say the exact opposite, actually, because
What would it be?
um well, what I would say is very patriotic toward you know their fellow American, not the government, of course, because
Mm.
these guys were drafted. My grandfather was drafted. You know, he had
No,
no choice.
no,
He had to go.
no. I meant the Vietnam side.
Mm.
Like those guys were crazy. The U.S. were thrown into it. We were
Well, the U.S.
our own
threw
population
itself
was
into it. We threw ourselves
educate me. I
into
feel like educate me a little bit. I just want to make sure.
it. So the whole we did the same thing in Vietnam that we did in Korea, essentially. We were fighting communism. That's what it was.
The ploy of communism.
Yes,
All right.
that's what it was. And we sent a bunch of men overseas, got them hooked on opium, got them hooked on all kinds of other drugs. Opium being the biggest one. Um,
Mm.
and you could also say that big business was a part of it too, because then they were also funneling opium through Mexico and then on up into the states, or just
Mm.
directly to the states at that point. But um, opium was a big drug that was being funneled to America. A bunch of people that we sent over to Vietnam, we had no business, none, being over there
Correct.
at all. But you know, there was a lot of boys that went over there that had no that couldn't say no, or they would be in jail.
Mm.
So
And it's all the lies that happened in that war too, man. You know, like kill count. Like there's a popular video about that one. It's just
mm,
why would they? I can't believe they even worried about that. That's just during that priorities are so mixed up, and
yeah,
they just let men die. Like you said, they just send
again,
boys off who don't even know who they are yet. You know.
again, politics, man. The military is the uh political arm, political fist of the government. That's what it is, right? Anything
Right.
anything they want to get done by force, they use the military.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's exactly what it is. But that's why we always see things change so drastically when it comes to different administrations. That's what I saw in my time in. You know, because when my first couple of years, with President Trump, um, saw things become slightly more conservative. I guess if you could even say that, right? Um, and then after that administration, um, you had President Biden, who was, you know, forcing vaccinations, of course. Um, in 2021 was when that mandate was coming out, and then February 2022 is when I got out. But um, saw things drastically change after I got out, and people were able to disregard shaving waivers. They could have full beards. They could paint their fingernails. Um, you know, all kinds of different. I was even seeing people dressed in furry costumes for their promotion ceremonies.
That's
Mm-hmm. Stuff like that,
wow.
bro. Some real whack shit, man. Some real whack shit. And
I
yeah, dude. So,
that's
mm-hmm.
I'm at a loss for words for that one. Like I don't care if you're a furry. The fact you have to do that and one of the it's a sacrament. It is
It's tradition.
yes.
But I
Men
mean,
have
it's
done it
also it's also
for
mandated you be a
centuries.
uniform for your promotion ceremony too. But
If I was their superior, I would NJP their ass. I don't even fuck that.
well, yeah, and then
Mhm.
then you also had transgenders who were joining, who shouldn't have been there to begin with, because if you're already coming in with a mental condition as it is defined, or as it was defined before it was politicized out of DSM-5,
Mhm.
then shouldn't be in there. Why the fuck would okay? So why should we allow someone with or excuse me, why shouldn't we allow someone with schizophrenia to join, but then allow someone who doesn't know what gender they are, right, to join? That doesn't make any sense, because there were a number of cases where female airmen were raped, you know, and and that was across all branches too. And not to spend too much time on this, but that can also cause PTSD. You know, I do know that there were quite a few cases of Marines, female Marines, who went through that, and the Marine Corps is not forgiving at all. If they want you to shut up, they're going to throw you in the brig. You know,
Right, but
and that was a few of their stories was they were thrown in the brig, and hardly given food, water, stuff like that. So,
yeah,
um, it was, yeah, that was real, dude. That was real. Um, so, but you're going in, and you just see things change all the time, you know, and that's just one thing that I saw. Things change so drastically because it's all politics, you know, and
it
you
is.
realize that the more, uh, the more time you put in, right? The longer you're in, the more rank you take on. Um, and hey, Hugo. Yeah, sorry about the mic, man. I apologize, brother. I got some stuff mixed up, so that one's definitely on me. Sorry about that. We're all good now. Um, so um, I and the higher rank that you get in, um, you there's a lot more pressure on you to become more political. Right. I
Yes.
remember hearing a story of a colonel who was the commander of our last base, my last base, and they forced retired her. Right now,
But
now you can say she was in the wrong for being at a party, especially a party with you know
enlisted.
enlisted. Yep,
Mm,
you can say she was in the wrong for that. She was definitely in the wrong for that. Um, but she was one of the best commanders that you know that the bases that had ever had. And then immediately after she got forced retired, she was replaced with a complete tool bag. You know,
that's crazy.
the commander that I had was terrible. Well, that first commander was terrible. The one that took after him was a little bit better, but still not that great.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I can only count on one hand, how many good people in leadership I actually had. You know,
Yeah, same
and that
here.
that
What?
that
Yeah, keep going.
that just contributes to it. You know.
The best leadership I saw in the Navy was in boot camp. Honestly, was my
Oh,
leading
really?
RDC. Yes, IC1 Anderson. He is a god among men. That guy could literally burst your eardrums with his vocal cords if he tried to. He was that crazy.
Well,
It
you have to
was
be.
yeah, he taught all the other RDCs how to do their job. He taught that C school. He was the guy.
Yeah.
He turned people into sailors. I was destined to meet him, I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah.
Straight up.
My
He got me on my feet 100%. No one else could have done it like that. That was
That's good, man. You have
that's
to
leader. He's a leader.
you have to have a respect for your instructors. You have to going through basic, because if you don't, I mean, you're not going to learn anything. Um, but my
Yeah.
my MTI military training instructor was He was in the same career field that I went into, and funny enough, he was actually one of the persons or one of the people in my last leadership that I had when I got out. um, and um, I do appreciate him being pretty supportive of me when I was refusing the vaccine. Because man, I'm telling you, when they were when we refused the vaccination, they they treated us poorly, bro. I mean
Uh-huh.
poorly. They had us moving heavy furniture, something that we even really
Oh,
shouldn't
you
have
had
been
extra
doing.
duty because of it? Oh my,
Oh yeah, dude. All kinds of extra duty, dude. We were out in negative 30, negative 40 degree weather, busting up ice with plastic shovels.
that's
Yeah,
I,
yeah, bro. Yeah, sweeping and mopping the floors.
I
Um,
I feel like you will get that 100% at some point.
we'll
You
see.
deserve it.
We all
You were
deserve
put
it.
you might do it. I know that, but I'm just you you deserve it. You were put you and those other great people were put through too much. More than deserved.
Well, that's not up to me to decide, unfortunately.
I know, but
you
I
know.
just want you to know I know now.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
It is. It is. It's something that veterans should never have to deal with. Right. After we serve, we should be taken care of for the rest of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because of the sacrifices that we've had to make. You know, like you were talking
Yeah.
about scoliosis and everything like that. I'm starting to develop scoliosis. I'm starting to develop a lot of different things. Actually,
Please.
I can pull up some X-rays here to show you
I,
some things.
okay, but take heed. Get that worked on ASAP. My back every single day bothers me. You need to get it checked out ASAP.
Oh, I mean, I'm already I'm seeing a chiropractor right now. I'm on my fourth
Uh,
chiropractor,
no, perfect. Okay.
so I will definitely be seeing um uh medical professionals for it. Here, let me
Awesome. It's
move
got a
move
it's got a mixture.
this over here so that we can see. Um, let's see which one is this. Okay. Um. Oh, that doesn't look good. No, no, no. No, I think that's fine. Oh, here. Let's see. I'm trying to find the one with. Ah, Here we go. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can share. So, okay. All right. So you can see
Oh,
here kind of curves and then comes back.
but I noticed immediately. You
Yeah.
know,
And
you got a
then
symmetry going on. Something's compensating.
oh, well yeah. So what's going on is my shoulder my shoulders are not aligned at all. They're actually twisted. You can see here and then here. There's a little bit of disc bulging there.
Correct. It's
Um Here, let me see
mm,
if I can find my other X-rays. And this is from a couple of years ago. Um,
shit.
always make sure you get X-rays done. Always,
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you.
Mm.
So
100.
this is from a couple of years. Yeah, a couple of years ago. You can see.
Displacement.
Oops.
Oh my.
You can see here. Um, yeah, so you can see here where it is aligned and then kind of comes off, veers off, and then the hips here are a little twisted,
Alright.
right?
It looks, I don't know. It looks
So
like, yeah, something is going on with your hip. I'm gonna,
yeah,
yeah, that one's.
all right. I'm trying to
I'm glad you
find.
caught it.
Oh,
Shit.
I was doing this for my claim. You know, I wanted to get all of the information that I could. So
Yeah.
let me see if I can. Here we go. All right. So you see this here, okay?
Yeah.
There's disc bulging there, disc bulging there. This is not a normal curvature at all. This is a
No.
very bad curvature, very bad. Um,
Yeah, it's trying to
and
snap.
mhm. So there's inflammation here. Um, and I don't know what that is, but uh,
Less
this
blood flow.
this right here, this is somewhat normal. So this is somewhat normal. These are normal, right?
Yes. In order.
This right here, this is indicative of um, degenerative disc disease. So
Uh,
um, I found out those diagnosis, and I was diagnosed with that um, just this past little bit. Through all of these different X-rays and MRIs. Another reason as to why you guys should do things yourself, because if you're like, hey, um, I have these problems, I want to go get this checked out, and if it's condition related or service connected, then
mhm.
they will be they can do that for you. So um, but
Mm,
yeah, those are some pictures of some of my X-rays. So yeah, yeah. And mind you, I was doing construction with that, right?
that's, yep.
So
I,
yeah.
I was working in an industrial plant too after I left with all this crap.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah. It's hard,
Uh,
dude. It's hard. It's really, especially on your feet, because I know what it's like for factories, assembly lines and stuff. I know exactly what that stuff is like.
straight all so much handwork on your knees, always bending your neck or your elbows because it's a lot of artisan hand too.
Oh, is it?
You know. Well, yeah, it was mainly flavorings for like Zen protein powders and stuff like that.
Right.
All organic crap.
Okay.
I loved it, but my disorder got me fired. So is what it is.
Oh, damn, bro.
Whatever.
Well, you're 100% anyway, so fuck them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
I'm sure you're kind of on cloud nine right now. I would be too.
Mm, I
I,
yes,
I'm
I'm
still.
just.
Go ahead.
Hmm?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just I'm just grateful
Yeah.
that I was finally heard. You know.
You know what? That's exactly what I was I was thinking as soon as I got uh, my decision letter back. Finally, something, you know, which is something that veterans should never have to experience, but
Mhm.
unfortunately we do.
That golden ticket moment, dude. I know. I know.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for this decision, I would have had to sell my house. I would have had to,
That's,
you know. Um,
yep, and it's just thankfully it went through. Thankfully.
yeah, thankfully. And so, um, but yeah, uh, um, got through it, you know. Uh, but that the factory work's rough, man. My mother was I think she used to be a factory employee and always on her feet. And after I left construction, my next biggest job was or very labor demanding job was or very physically demanding job was private security. I was in private
Oh,
security for a
yeah.
while, and I just couldn't do it, man. My body couldn't keep up with it anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you gotta take
Well,
care of your body.
you give it your shot, right?
Yeah, you absolutely have to take
Respect.
care of your body. You know,
Hmm. No one else is going to. That's for sure.
that's true.
These things are like it turned to glass right out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You got to treat them with care.
Oh yeah.
Do your due diligence. Laziness will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Laziness is the end.
Yep.
Never falter. If you do, you can get back up every time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Exactly. 100%, bro. 100%. So let's see. Let's go back over here and close some of this stuff out. Um. All right, brother. Um. So we talked a little bit about you going in. You're in for a little bit. Stuff that you do. Stuff that you're dealing with when you're out. And we were talking a little bit about some techniques and stuff that we could use in order to you know heal our traumas. So
Yes.
um, uh, what what is what's the plan for you, right, for your journey?
Well, thanks to this lovely conversation, I will now seek that blocker you spoke of,
Mm-hmm.
SPG, whatever the terminology or
SG
acronym is
SGB.
given to it.
I'll
SGB.
yeah I'll talk with you after the stream. That way you can um make sure you get the right information.
Okay, I plan to dive into that. And the visualization technique you speak of,
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing it halfway already, so I'm gonna just try more what you said. Describe it as a water drop in a river. I mean, I agree with that. That is a good way to think of peace and to distract yourself from like what you said, your PTSD,
Yeah.
your these uncontrollable, quote unquote, uncontrollable emotions,
Yeah.
or whatever you wish to describe it as.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I will. I'll put forth more effort into that from now on, because I should be. I really should. Like I'm more powerful than this. You know,
We
we all
have
are.
well just as we're responsible for our rest, you know, and not being lazy, right? We're responsible for that. We also have to be
Mm,
responsible for what goes on up here, you know.
yeah,
So if
absolutely.
if we're not taking care of what's going on here, then everything else falls apart,
Hmm.
you know. So
Yeah, it's very easy if I don't calm myself down. Yeah, I'll make bad decisions real
mm,
quick.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So you got to be very careful, man. But I'm sure you'll figure it out. You got all of this now to help you along the
Yes,
way.
I
So
am ready to
good, man.
heal. Yes,
So
more than God is real. Whatever religion you may believe in, They are real. I believe
Yeah,
in
it's
them. I believe in them all
whatever.
personally.
It's what I'm not religious myself. Um, I've
That's
done.
understandable. It's your choice. You know,
Yeah.
you have your own whatever it may be, your own beliefs.
Hmm.
If that grounds you,
I've
if it
done.
does, if it helps you, do it. You can. It could be the noodle monster from Scientology. I do not care what it is. If it teaches you how to be a man and a human, fuck yeah. You know
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. You get it.
Whatever. What if whatever you believe in makes you a better person? That's what matters. That's what matters.
Yes, that's power.
So now I disagree with religion as a whole, and I have my
Hmm.
own biases against religion. But um, as long as you're using religion like any other thing in a positive way that makes you a better person, that's what really matters. So that's what I'll say for that. But um, so that's a good plan, man. That is a really good plan. And if you need help along the way, of course you know where to find us.
Likewise,
So
I'm always down to talk. You know, everyone, we're all here for each other. I want to be a part of that. You
exactly,
know,
yeah. We're all here for each other, man. All of us.
absolutely.
You know, we've got a big family here. We've got a big family, and so
Yes, we do.
it's only going to continue to grow. And so I'm happy to have you along for the ride.
Likewise. Thank you.
Especially for my veterans, we got to take care of each other because there's not there's we don't we really don't get enough of what we deserve.
Correct.
You know. So,
I do.
but
Hmm.
is there anything that you would like to elaborate on? Is there anything that you would like to talk about? Is there anything else that you would like to say about PTSD at all?
With PTSD specifically, for anyone that views this or yourself, my biggest takeaway from it is it is something you have to accept. You
Mm-hmm.
have to know when to stop running, and you have to know when to be verbal, when to be honest. Let go of pride, whatever it may be that's holding you back from getting the treatment you deserve. Don't fear judgment. That doesn't matter. What matters is you, not them. You get it done, feel bad after. Who cares? You'll be healed then. That's all that matters. Don't let them break you down. Like
Yeah.
they are, it's their job at the end of the day. Our job is to beat them. You know, we've made it this far. You're still breathing. You know, you still have the chance to make it right.
Yeah.
We all have that chance, and I will praise that until the day I die because I made it freaking happen with my own two hands. I proved they betrayed me, and now no one can tell me different because I fucking stayed on track. That's why,
There you go.
and I didn't give up.
There you go.
And everyone else is capable of that even more than I am.
Mm-hmm.
And it, you just have to do it. You have to do it. Make it through and move on. Mm,
Very,
yes.
very well said, man. Very well said.
Thank
It's very well said.
you. Yes, sir.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining, man. I appreciate you telling your story. And
You're more than happy to.
if you guys happen to have your own story that you would like to tell, please come on, tell your story. This is what we're all about. We're all about bringing everyone together and figuring out life together, whether we are MLM victims, veterans, oops, or you know, whatever, victims of whatever, whatever community we're a part of. We're all coming together. We're joining hands, figuring out life together, and you know, calling out the bullshit for what it is.
Hmm.
That's part of it, you know. So yeah. So don't be
Just
afraid. Don't ever be afraid. Don't ever be afraid. Come on out. Come on out.
truth will set you free.
Mm-hmm. I believe Hugo, my boy, is still watching. Um, he just talked about his MLM story. He was a victim of an MLM. Lisa, who was actually the first person I had on the channel interviewed, super terrified of telling her story. She was super terrified, but she did. She did. I told her you don't even have to show your face if you don't want to. She said, "No, no, screw it, screw it." And not only has she been here on the channel, but she's been a number of places, you know. And I've had quite a few others, Eric, Mike, all those guys, and they're coming out, they're telling their stories, and we're all just one big family now. you know, it's crazy. I'm truly grateful to have every single one of you guys and to be building something with you guys. It's just, it's awesome. It's awesome. And I just want to say thank you all for showing up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank all of you guys. Jay, Hugo, Lisa, Eric, Mike, Dan, all of you guys. Thank you so much for showing up. I'm truly proud of every single one of you. Every single one of you.
Thank, thank you for bringing us together.
Well, um, you guys are doing the hard work. You guys are doing, the liking, the commenting, the sharing, you know, subscribing, of course. But you guys are doing all of that. I'm just a guy that turns the camera on. You know,
Yeah,
so
you're still. We are all part of this now.
oh yeah, we are. Well, that is going to be it for tonight. Sorry about the uh sorry about the mic kabacle. I'll be sure to turn this live stream into a video and cut out that almost hour of me not talking. So of me talking but not talking. So so you guys can actually have a video of the actual audio. So thank you all for watching. I hope that what Jay and I talked about tonight was helpful for you. If you happen to have any questions, please reach out. I'll do the best that I can to answer those questions. And again, if you want to tell your story, please reach out. We're all here. We're all here for you. So, I wish you all a lovely night. As far as streams for Saturday and Sunday, I'm not exactly sure how that is going to go. Um, I will be dealing with my PC tomorrow, so we'll just have to see what that's going to look like. So, but um, I will be sure to update you guys. Anyways, I think I might also be switching some times around for the live streams just so it's easier for everyone to kind of roll in where it's more convenient for them because I could work around whatever schedule. It doesn't matter. Um, anyways, I love every single one of you. You guys are such an amazing family. I thank you all so much for all that you do. Please make sure you guys have a good night, especially with winter season rolling around and all of this winter weather hitting. It snowed for quite some time, and the roads were kind of bad. Had to reschedule my chiropractic appointment. So make sure you guys are careful out there when you're out and about. And I will definitely talk to you guys soon. You guys have a good night. Bye, guys.